I wanted your take on this, Tyler, because
Yeah.
this was the most interesting thing of the last couple days. Um, Isaiah Bucks. Now, I usually don't get involved in the whole social media. I scrub my social media because basically I'm immature. That's what it comes down to. But the majority of it is what we can tell from what Dan Campbell has been saying, what Isaiah Buggs said yesterday, that it basically came down to a personnel decision, okay? And when you know that you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs, when you know you're going to be playing Patrick Mahomes, you know it takes a different type of player to play Patrick Mahomes. Now, I understand where Isaiah Buggs is coming from. I understand that he wants to play against the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's totally understandable. I also believe that if you are a coach, you put your team in the best position to win, period. Period. Okay. So if Isaiah Buggs isn't meant, if he wasn't playing up to the level that the coaches want and they're keeping him out of this game, one that tells me that the coaches don't take anything lightly. Okay. Like if you're not going to come ready and you're not going to be prepared to play the Kansas City Chiefs, the world champions, you're not going to play. Now,
Yeah.
what I see with Isaiah Buggs is this is what pisses me off about Isaiah Buggs, okay? You're with a team that potentially could win the NFC, okay? You're with a team you're with a team that could potentially win the NFC. And the fact that you are being like that you're being self-centered, you made it about you by scrubbing your social media and putting all these cryptic tweets out there. Like it's just not warranted. And let's be honest, Isaiah Buggs is a perfectly replaceable player looking forward. Like, are you if they lost Isaiah Buggs tomorrow, are you saying, "Oh my God, we lost Isaiah Buggs. The season's over"? Hell
Yeah.
no.
I
So
so
Isaiah Buggs needs to realize how he's coming from and actually look at himself in the face and go, "Dude, I'm like one of 53. Okay, there's only like 10 guys on this roster that are set in stone."
Yeah, and I like to, you know how I am. I like to play devil's advocate a little bit here. I like to see things from both sides. For one, the reason I'm laughing and chuckling and smirking is, as you can see, I'm not trying to hide that. I keep thinking about um, Lions fans, and this is actually making me laugh. Lions fans were actually thinking and contemplating that like Isaiah Buggs was going out in a trade for Mike Evans. Like he was the centerpiece of some fucking trade for a top 10 or top 15 receiver. I literally
Or Aaron Donald.
they're like
Or
I'm hearing it's Isaiah Buggs and a fourth for Mike Evans. I'm like, yeah, dude, you just roll in from Stupid Town or what? Oh yeah, and Aaron Donald too. I'm like, listen, bro, if we need to get Mike Evans or Aaron Donald, which I don't want. I'd love Aaron Donald if he wanted to be here, but if Aaron Donald were to leave anywhere but LA, he would just retire.
right.
But like I would love that, but Isaiah Buggs is like a fringe like DT4, DT3 on like a middle of the road team. Stop, like this guy is not any part of any trade discussions around a guy like Mike Evans.
Right.
He might be if it's like, oh, it's like it's attached to him to like be some sort of salary move or whatever for it to make sense, but it's not going to be what it's centered around the trade. As far as him, and I just want to get that out of the way because Lions fans are some Lions fans are very delusional. Outside of that, in terms of like my takes on the whole thing, I think that I try to think of this in both ways. For one, I do see your point, and I think it's selfish about like trying to make it about you and trying to put the attention on you because it kind of takes away and distracts from the team. And that's not what our culture is really about. The only kind of part I can see is that like he's a competitor. He wants to play. He wants to be here. He wants to contribute. And, he was probably upset that he wasn't going to play. But at the same time, be so good that you can't be replaced. Or if the team's deciding to go on a different route this week, don't have to do it immaturely with the cryptic tweaks and the scrubbing and the social media. And I totally get where you're coming from with that. I'm not agreeing with that. I just, I think that he really wanted to play. He's a little disappointed,
I
and
don't care. I
he's
don't
being
care.
immature. He is being
No,
immature about
no,
it, but
I don't care if you want
the
to play.
passion's there.
I don't care if you want to play. The reality of the situation is sometimes you have to put your team in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not about you as a player.
But if
Now,
he
I
feels
know
like he's the best version that can be put forth to the team, then
no, screw that. You're
I'm gonna
not.
be upset.
You're not Aaron Donald. You're not a Lee McNeil. You're not any of those guys. You're not Hutchinson. You're not Penei Sewell. I don't care. You got to learn. This is what pissed me off about the new age like kids out there. Okay, like I'm 29. Okay, so I'm not some old boomer that's gonna tell you like, oh, back in my day we just played the way it was supposed to be played. No, but what I am telling you is when you have the shot to be on a championship level team, the one thing that you have to just recognize and understand is that sometimes you won't be playing at when you think, right? You won't be playing. That's why I hate this transfer portal with the college football, because what it's really told kids is when shit gets hard, I could just leave. When I am put against a test, I could just leave. And I expect more from Isaiah Buggs because of the program that he came from. Nick Saban, Nick Saban wouldn't have dealt with that. But in this new age transfer portal, I think Isaiah Buggs is way past that. But I just don't like the new age of some of these players. Like they think it's all about them. Isaiah Buggs. I hate to tell you this, but like anybody that could come in here and play your position at a higher level, I mean, you would be on the chopping block. The Detroit Lions put a 2-year contract on your table, and you're about to like make some cryptic tweets and kind of act
Yeah,
immature.
I
Just totally
yeah,
uncalled for.
and I see that because I mean, um, the right kind of player, they're gonna put their head down and they're gonna say, look, I need to be better. I need to work harder. I don't know what that was all about. I mean, it was just kind of a like you said, a kind of a desperation, like for attention. Like, hey, I want everyone to look at me. I want everyone to see, that I'm not playing this and that. Like, I don't. I think we've treated him as an organization, and I don't know. I'm not in all the meetings. I'm not in all the extension or the contract negotiations. I'm not in the team meetings. But it looks to me like um, that's a guy who was kind of a fringe guy, and we reward him with a 2-year deal. And you kind of he should kind of be, thankful in that respect, in that regard. Like I said, the only part I do see is obviously him wanting to play and be a competitor. But I also understand like the right kind of guy will put their head down and just work twice as hard to get there. Like if you and we would never do this, but now of course. But if Amon Ra, if we were to like 2 years ago, we were to healthy scratch him for a game or two and say, hey, what we were seeing in practice
If
or training
if
camp
I'm
lately
if
wasn't
I'm
right, wasn't good lately. Like he would put his head down and he would work twice as hard, and he's not
if
going to do
Amon
all
Ra
that.
was scratched during a game, he would literally burn everyone's ass to get back on the field.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's the way it's supposed to be. But now you got some of these people that they're so entitled to their position, and
Well,
I like
kind of
what
like
this,
what you said. Like, where the hell is Isaiah Buggs going to go play?
and I like what Dar said. He said probably because a rookie will outplay Bugs, he definitely makes Bugs look small. And you know what, Broderick Martin could potentially be outplaying Bugs in practice, and the coaches are seeing
Well,
it.
I'm hearing that Benito Jones is out playing Isaiah Buggs in
Well,
practice
if
as well.
Benito Jones is outplaying you, you know what? Your ass deserves to be on the bench. I
Right.
mean,